Sure. Here's a 500-word story based on the topic. This trick for walking is helping thousands of older adults stop falling. The simple trick that's helping thousands of older adults walk without fear. When 78-year-old Helen Martinez took a tumble on her front porch last spring, it shook her confidence more than her bones. I started to feel like every step I took might be my last, she said. Like millions of older adults, Helen was facing one of the most common and dangerous challenges of aging: falling. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 and older falls each year. The consequences can be devastating, from broken bones to a loss of independence. But a surprisingly simple walking technique is changing that narrative and helping thousands like Helen move with confidence again. It's called the toe heel walk, and although physical therapists have used it quietly for years, it's recently gained traction as an easy-to-learn, science-backed way to prevent falls. The key is in how the foot strikes the ground. Instead of landing flat-footed or on the heel, common habits that can throw off balance, the toe heel method teaches people to place the ball of their foot down first, then slowly lower the heel. It creates a more stable connection with the ground and keeps the body aligned, reducing the risk of tripping. Many older adults shuffle or stomp without realizing it, says Dr. Carla Lyon, a physical therapist who runs a senior mobility clinic in Phoenix. But by retraining the brain and body to focus on posture, step placement, and core engagement, you can dramatically reduce the risk of falls. At first, the toe heel walk might feel unnatural. That's what 83-year-old Bill Chan thought when his granddaughter taught him the method after she learned it in a senior fitness class. I felt silly, he laughs, like I was tiptoeing around the house. But within 2 weeks, Bill noticed that his knees hurt less and his balance improved. The best part? No fancy equipment is needed, just a little patience and some practice. Experts recommend starting on a flat, even surface and taking slow, deliberate steps. Engaging the core and keeping the shoulders back is also crucial. Once comfortable, older adults can try the technique outdoors or on more uneven terrain. Communities are beginning to take notice. Senior centers across the country are incorporating toe heel walking drills into their fall prevention programs, and some Medicare-supported physical therapy plans now include it in rehab for seniors recovering from injuries. For Helen, the change has been life-changing. I used to avoid going outside. I even skipped my book club a few times because I was afraid of falling on the sidewalk, she says. Now, I walk around the block every morning. I feel steady. I feel free. While aging may bring challenges, this simple change in walking technique is helping older adults face those years with strength and grace, one toe heel step at a time. Want me to turn part of that into a voiceover sample? Just let me know which 2 sentences you'd like and which voice you'd like it read in: alloy, echo, fable, onyx, nova, or shimmer. Sure, here's a second 500-word paragraph that continues the story, adding more depth to the benefits and broader impact of the toe heel walking technique. The impact of the toe heel method isn't just physical, it's emotional and psychological too. Experts say that preventing falls goes far beyond avoiding injuries. It also means restoring a person's sense of independence, self-worth, and mental well-being. Falls aren't just about broken hips, says Dr. Nguyen. They often result in something called post-fall syndrome, where older adults become anxious or depressed, fearing their next fall. They start avoiding activity, which leads to muscle weakening, which actually increases their risk. That's why the simplicity of the toe heel approach is so powerful. It gives older adults a tangible, manageable way to regain control over their movements, and therefore their lives. Researchers at a mobility lab in Boston have started conducting studies on the long-term benefits of the technique. Early results are promising. Seniors who practiced toe heel walking 3 times a week for 6 weeks showed a 37% reduction in missteps and a marked improvement in balance test scores. What's more, those who continued using the technique long term reported feeling more confident navigating stairs, busy sidewalks, and even crowded shopping centers. It's like I've got my freedom back, says Mary Lou Thomas, 76, who now leads walking groups at her local YMCA. I used to look down at the ground constantly, worried I'd trip. Now I walk tall again. Interestingly, the ripple effects of this small shift in movement are being felt beyond personal health. Insurance companies are beginning to pay attention too. Since falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization for seniors, reducing fall rates means reducing healthcare costs. Some insurers have begun offering discounts to older clients who enroll in certified fall prevention programs, many of which now include toe heel walking as a core component. Technology is also getting in on the movement. Wearable fitness trackers designed specifically for seniors are starting to include gait monitoring features, alerting users when they revert to less stable walking patterns. One startup even offers a small device that gives real-time feedback, buzzing gently on the wrist if the heel lands before the toe. It's a gentle nudge that says, "Hey, stay balanced," explains the founder, whose own grandmother inspired the product after a serious fall in 2021. All of this points to a bigger shift in how we think about aging. Instead of accepting decline as inevitable, more seniors and their families are taking proactive steps to maintain strength, mobility, and confidence. The toe heel walk may seem like a tiny change, but its power lies in its accessibility. It doesn't require expensive trainers, gyms, or fancy gadgets, though they help. It just requires awareness, consistency, and a bit of courage to try something new. For people like Helen, Bill, and Mary Lou, that courage has paid off. With every step taken, slow, steady, and toe first, they're not just walking. They're reclaiming a part of themselves that once felt lost. Let me know if you want to turn a part of this expanded story into a voiceover.